I will share it. Okay. I hesitate to say this person's name.
Wait a minute, Beth.
Oh.
You got a microphone.
Yeah, I have a microphone. Oh, getting old isn't fun. I hesitate to say his name because it's kind of synonymous with winter. But Mr. Snow is going to do our invocation and lead us in the pledge. Let's call him Mr. Sunshine instead of Mr. Snow.
May we have an attitude of prayer, please?
Stand if you're able, please.
Our kind and Heavenly Father, descend upon us at this meeting that we may hear good counsel from the officers present. Grant them grace that they may give us good information in order to disperse. Give thy grace upon the armed forces people, wherever they may be. All of this we ask in thy holy name. Amen.
So will it be.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, you may be seated. We're going to kind of get out of order in our agenda. We have a guest speaker today, and it's Jody from housekeeping. So since she's here, we're going to let her come and do her thing, and then she can get back to work.
But what if she doesn't want to get back to work?
For those of you who do not know me, I'm Jody.
Jody, would you like the microphone now? Can you hear Jody?
No.
The mic won't hurt.
It doesn't bite.
It's real easy.
It doesn't.
Just hold it there.
Just hold it up. You gotta hold it up.
Okay, for those of you who do not know me, I am Jody Day. I'm the Director of Housekeeping and Laundry. With me, I have Jessica. She's the housekeeping supervisor. So if you ever have any problems, you can't get a hold of me, you can always contact Jessica. With housekeeping, they are to come in your apartment every 2 weeks and do a general clean. You are responsible for moving all personal items. That means off your bathroom counters, your shelves if you want them dusted. They are not to move any personal items. They clean inside the bathtubs, the showers, the toilet, then they'll sweep them up. They high dust.
Time.
Oh.
Not the same time every time.
And just because the girls set a time with you doesn't mean that they're going to be there right at that time, because they do have other areas to cover. So they may be 10 or 15 minutes late. Please just, give them that extra time, because they do a lot of extras in Scottich Rite for me. And then the lower level trash. Do we have lower level trash?
Yes.
Lower level trash, I heard there's been complaints about that. The trash bins were put on lower level because I thought it was nice that the ones on lower level didn't have to bring their trash up to the first floor and put it in the trash room. So that was my decision. I had to move it out of the hallway where it was due to the construction getting ready to start for the elevator. So they were put in the corner down there until I could find somewhere else to put them. If I can't find a place, which I believe I have, then it will have to be to where the people on lower level bring their trash up to the first floor.
I don't know who complained, because there's only 5 of us down there. I think it's perfect what you've got set up so far, and they told me they were going to come down to the storage room and put it in there, which is fine, it's even closer for us.
So what I'm working on is I have to get that closet emptied, and we have to make sure that we can change the door handle out to where it doesn't lock, to where you guys can just open the door.
Okay.
Okay, and I second that.
Okay.
Judy, did you make a complaint about it?
Since we're talking about trash, make sure they tie their bags and they put it down the chute. We don't, you guys aren't there to pick up the trash and take it for them. They're an independent organization, take their own trash to the chute.
Ellen.
And I know a few times I've walked through Scottish Rite on several floors and there's trash sitting outside of the room in the hallway. You are responsible for taking your trash to the trash chute if it is not your clean day. When you put your trash down the trash chute, make sure your bags are tied. Make sure there's no glass in them. There's buckets in every closet for glass, because that trash comes all the way down to the first floor here, and it goes into a bin that my staff have to then push out to the dumpster and unload it with their hands.
Yeah, and if it's a bag full of glass or something heavy, it scares the crap out of me, because my office is right there, and it coming from the 4th or 3rd floor, it's just a big bang. Right, Mr. Snow?
I don't know what's happening when I hear a bang.
That's what it is, because his unit is the first one by it. So.
Oh, boy.
We put rocks in the trash and.
It sounds like it.
Do you guys have any questions for housekeeping?
Yeah, we know there's a lot of new faces in here in Scottich Rite, so just, we had Jody here just to explain exactly what the duties are for housekeepers, okay?
Yeah, if they go into your place and your bathroom counter is covered, they are not supposed to move everything to wipe around it. Your kitchen counter's the same way. Your coffee table's the same way. If you want it dusted, you have to move everything.
Okay. Any questions?
I think they do a wonderful job.
I second.
Yes, they are, yes.
Thank you, I'll let them know.
Okay. Thank you, Jody. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jody and Jessica. All right, let's get on with our agenda. First thing is the secretary's report. We kind of have a hobbled secretary right now.
She can stay right there. Just have a seat.
Don't hang
Here, behind your chair. Behind
Yes.
your chair. There we go. Hold it up close. Go ahead, talk.
Okay, is that okay? All right, the invocation for our first meeting opened with the Pledge of Allegiance and the prayer. The President, Bev Taylor, proceeded to call the meeting to order. President Tony Bernardi, Barati, spoke with the residents regarding the new elevator that will be installed in our building, as well as all the new parking areas that are going to be deleted, as well as the new ones that are going to be added to the front of the building. Residents were given Polly Baker's phone number so that we could call and wish her a happy birthday. She was 100 years old. Two new officers were needed. Karen Osborne volunteered to be the treasurer, and Kay Gardone was asked if she'd become secretary. Both ladies were accepted. Our president, Beverly Taylor, introduced Charlie Jordan as vice president. As of this date, our treasury has $705 in it. This money will be used for parties at the clubhouse or whatever. Let's see. Dave Flory spoke and said he will arrange for better communications between the residents using postings in the elevators, as well as Channel 1851. He said AARP might be willing to do taxes again this year. He mentioned other things, such as the tower bells are working again, and received a great applause. Let's see, and the boutique will be open on was open on January 16th. Dave also mentioned the upcoming entertainment for this month in the auditorium. People asked Dave why newspapers are disappearing from the floors. Dave said that the newspapers cost over $1,000 to this community, and they must stop taking them. A suggestion was given that papers should be put in the library so that all could have access to it. The committee people are needed for 2 new positions. A welcome committee person to help new residents find their way around the campus, as well as a sunshine committee who sends cards to residents as needed. With no further additions or questions, the meeting was adjourned. Our next meeting will be the first Thursday of February in the exercise room at 10:30 a.m. Respectfully submitted, me. Oh, I should say any corrections or additions.
Nope.
You mentioned Charles Abbey, I
Well,
think.
she has it right in the minutes.
Okay,
She
we're
just
good.
said it wrong.
We're good. So is treasurer next?
Yes.
Our treasurer's report is we have a beginning balance of $705.38, which was handed over at the beginning of the meeting last time, and no additions or subtractions, so we have $705.38.
Okay, can I have a motion to accept both of those reports?
I
Second?
second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Hopefully, starting next month, you will have a copy of the minutes in your mailbox, and we won't read them out loud. As far as the treasurer's report, in our bylaws, we do have a $5 donation. That's where the $705 came from, I think. So we are going to start collecting that whenever, if you have it today, we'll take it today. If you don't, you can pay it next month. It is a donation, it is not dues. It's very specific in our bylaws that it is a donation, because if it's dues, there's all other kinds of things that.
Echo too much. Yeah. It's echo too much, when you, okay.
Okay, all right. Are we all right now?
Is that better?
Worse.
Hello, hello, hello,
How about now?
hello, hello, hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can everybody hear?
No, I hear you.
No, they can't hear.
Who said no?
Me.
These guys. I got this turned up as far as it goes. Okay, now try.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yay.
Okay, well, at least it's better than it was last month. All right, let's put my glasses on. Okay, so we talked about the dues, the donations. And I think we're going to try to plan something maybe in April in the over yonder.
Yeah.
Like a meet your neighbor or
I can meet your neighbor. It's not going to be a meet your new neighbor. It's just going to be a meet your neighbor, because somebody else already does meet your new neighbor. So this is just going to be meet your neighbor or visit with your neighbor. That's all we need to do for that. Let's see. As far as the welcome committee, I really still would like for you all to be the welcome committee. And if somebody moves in on your floor, after they've been there a couple of days, give them a chance to kind of settle in. Go in and welcome them. Offer to help them if they need help. Tell them that you're there for them. And I think that way everybody gets involved, just not one person. Also, the Sunshine Committee, when someone is holed up in warm Florida, you can make her do anything. So Polly is going to be our Sunshine Committee. I sent her a text and I said, I need a Sunshine Committee. Hint, hint, hint. So I have a sunshine committee, and our sunshine committee will be returning to the cold north tomorrow. So we'll all be glad to see her back, and I know she's going to be glad to be back. She likes it down there, but I think she likes us too. Okay. All right. I'm going to kind of spring this on Dave, although I did talk to him about it. We're going to have a Did You Know session each month. And today is something I learned at a meeting I went to about Glade plugins. So Dave, would you tell us about Glade plugins and oil burners and all that
Burners.
smelly stuff?
Where they're not required in this building?
Are they?
No, right? The Glade, I don't remember that part, Bev, so you may have to help me with that.
Well, Tony said something at the meeting.
I think that was more for the assisted living part, but I'll get more details on that.
Okay.
Okay, because I'm not quite sure exactly what all he was applying there with those Glade plugins. I know they may be a hazard, so I don't know. Does anybody use those Glade plugins that you plug into the walls? Well, I'll get more details on it.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, do we have any old business? We probably don't have any old business because we really didn't do any business last month. So it's time for new business. And I have a couple of things for new business. And then I think some people have some ideas for new business. We seem to have, you can't say we don't have enough to do around here. Especially when I got the phone call this morning about the drums in the auditorium. I thought, 3 things at one time? Anyway, our biggest problem has been with the Bible study. I think Bible studies are wonderful. I really do. I've been part of a number of them over the years. But they're at the same time we are. So what I am proposing, is that we change our time to 11 o'clock instead of 10:30. That way, that will free them up to come down. And Tom, as our board representative, really is supposed to be at all of our meetings to keep us updated on what the board is doing. So, may I have a motion to move our meeting time from 10:30 to 11?
So moved.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Good. Oh, that was easy. You're an easy group today. All right. Someone came to me, and I don't know if this is new business or what, with a problem with the chairs on the 4th floor. They don't match. That when you get off the elevator, the first 2 chairs over here do not match.
Neither does the ones on the 3rd floor either.
I'm just telling you that somebody's not happy because the chairs don't match.
Well, some of those chairs got moved from the end where they're going to be doing the elevator. We had to clean all those out on every floor, so some of those chairs got put in other places. So it's just all temporary for now.
Okay. Hopefully the person who brought it, who is in the Bible study, will watch us on TV. Speaking of the elevator, it looks like we're getting closer. I wasn't sure I was going to live long enough to see the elevator in there, but I think there's hope. Okay.
Hasn't started yet.
All right. Is there any other new business?
Madam President.
William?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to?
I'll try to talk louder, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Pertaining to the table that you see when you come into our main entrance, it is not very pretty when we see items that people bring to share. And I don't think that's very pretty at all, or it's not very good. So I propose that we designate one of the small tables in the adjoining room for us to put the items for people instead. That table will be cleared, which would, if that passes, I got a second order what to do that.
Well, let's do this one first. Any comments about that?
What tables are you talking, what are you talking about?
Right,
I don't understand.
The
Right
adjoining
at
room.
the entrance.
I know, but where does he want to put it?
And on one of the small tables in the adjoining room.
He's talking about the first floor Scottish Rite round table by the elevator.
Okay.
It's been a collect-all for stuff that some residents don't want. So they're trying to, I mean, it's kind of nice. They're offering stuff to other residents that if they may be in need of some of these items. But it really doesn't look good when Chrissy and Brian are doing their tours and there's a bunch of junk on this table, right in the main lobby of the first floor Scottish Rite.
So we can switch it.
Bill's proposing that we move, we have a designated table somewhere else.
Yeah.
I agree.
And where are you suggesting?
One of the small tables in the adjoining room.
One of the tables that
Yeah,
people
there are
sit
4
and eat?
tables in there.
Those are common areas,
Yes?
especially on that first floor.
Well, that's common areas.
How much is it really used for people to come and sit and eat their meal there?
Not very often.
No.
Sometimes you'll see staff there, but there are times when residents have families and they will gather in the common
Well,
areas.
but they make appointments for that, right?
Sometimes,
Okay.
sometimes no.
Dave,
Yes.
staff are not allowed to eat over there.
We're not allowed to eat in the common areas.
Oh, they're not anymore? Okay.
No,
So it's not staff.
We haven't been for over a year.
Well, I still don't know if we want to
Designated table.
junk up one of those tables in the common area.
I say, yeah, I say if you move that table, you don't need another table put out there, and
Right.
you just let it go.
Well, why don't they just give it to the boutique?
Well, they don't take that kind of stuff, some of that stuff.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Some of it is magazines and stuff like that. I don't have a solution for you.
Well,
I
here
mean,
we have it. An additional table we put in the lobby. It's not right there in the center. That way it's not ready in the, we got room for another table there?
That's gonna look jankier than that.
Yeah, that'll look bad too in the main. I think we need to keep it from that main lobby. We need to put it somewhere else on campus.
Put it somewhere it's not seen.
Right. I'm thinking the library, but I don't, half the librarians will want that. Where's Bob?
Can't we consider having some way to let them know they can send it to a thrift store, a recycle center?
Yeah, but,
Humanity
I mean-
collects an Ohio thrift store here locally. Lots
They-
of good purposes.
Yeah, but they don't come and pick up anymore, especially
No, they
those
don't.
small amounts. So we'd have to take it there.
Well, and some of this not necessarily is recycle. It's recycling, I'm letting you use it because I'm done with it, or I have.
Candlestick holders right now on the table.
Yeah.
They're glass, they're attractive, but they can be reutilized.
I'll discuss with the boutique ladies. I don't see any of them here. See if maybe we can put a table down in that hallway there or something. And we
It'll
can,
be a problem to get rid of it if it does get used.
right. Well, there's always a trash can. Yes.
It sounds like what he was saying is that table will then become just a table, nothing on it.
Well, just the plant that's on it and maybe a couple flyers of events that are coming up.
They always have fall flowers on it, no
Yeah.
matter the season.
Right. Okay.
I
Well,
think
way to open that can of worms, Bill.
I think some of the things on that table are really nice.
Yeah.
I love it when gardeners put out their tomatoes and all
Oh,
of
yeah.
their produce there.
Yeah.
That isn't pretty, but it's very
Yeah.
useful.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the produce being out there because that's very useful. Let me take another look at that area and see if I
Okay.
can find another table or something that would fit, won't look so much of a eyesore when visitors are coming in.
Okay.
It's, like you said, it's an eyesore, but most of the things are gone within a week.
Yeah, most of them are, actually, most are gone by the next day.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's a lot of things that you may not want to, you know.
But
Yeah,
the thing
that's
is,
what they're for.
I
We can't
know
have-
sales, they don't like stuff on that table if it doesn't have to be. So, it just doesn't look good when they're doing it.
Yeah, so,
Now, the vegetables and stuff, I don't mind, I mean, that's,
yeah.
I'm sure sales won't mind seeing some,
What if we had a basket? We put the vegetables in a basket?
put the vegetables in a basket instead of just scattered on the table, make it look a little nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do stuff like that too.
But the fact that things are there for people is a sign, there are people who live here.
Right.
Right.
Mhm. I know, I get that, Mary, but
Okay.
also, I've seen some stuff on that table which was garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, it should have just went right into the trash. I
But
don't.
what's one person's garbage, maybe someone else
Yeah,
can use.
exactly.
Yeah.
But
So when you see stuff
when the
that's-
sales are doing their tours and they're trying to get a new resident to move in, and they see they see a box of Depends sitting on that table. It doesn't look that good, okay? I'm being honest right there.
Yes, yes.
So, which has been there, and it was there the other day.
That's my point, yeah.
So that other room is not
What about in the
good?
community center? What if we had somewhere in the community center, they could have a table they could put?
We used to have one in the community center game room. Remember that?
What's wrong with that?
I think we should look at that. I'll look at that game room again. See if we can't get a table in there and we can put stuff on that table. Yeah.
Is there a reason why we can't use a table in that other room?
And what other room?
In the lunchroom,
Lunchroom
in the,
area.
Common
for
area.
people, you know, we go in and out the door.
No, we could probably do it. I'm just, we're looking at the options.
Because that would be much more convenient.
Yes.
I'm not going to say, oh, I wonder what's on the table today in Trot Trot somewhere.
Maybe we could, there is like a dresser in that common area over here. When you're going out and to the left, maybe we could just use that table, the top of that table there. Okay? That'll be the community charity table,
Okay.
or whatever you want to
Most
call
of the
it.
time, it's only for the Scottish Rite people. I mean, you put things out, and then people come down, especially the elevator, right in front of the elevator, people grab what they wanted, they leave what they don't want.
Right. Well,
It's a good thing.
we'll look at that, we'll look at the community room, the common area.
All right,
Okay?
Yeah.
How's that?
okay.
Did you want to make a motion that we just move stuff off of there and then we'll figure, or do you want to wait till we?
That was the motion I made, they move it.
Common area.
Yeah, let's wait till we have a place to move it.
Okay,
Comment on the fact that it's.
Okay, I think Bill has another motion.
okay. Assuming that we empty that table pretty much, I suggest that we have a small committee to beautify that table, and we have the money to do that, to put things pertaining to the season it is or whatever. We cannot compete with the York Rite table. We never could, but we could sure make this table a little prettier. So I think we have maybe a little committee for that. I'd like to make things pretty. Yeah.
Okay.
Good deal, good deal.
Any comments?
I think they're making a mountain out of a molehill.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Get, no, what is,
You wanted a meeting for new ideas,
Okay. You want to make a motion, please?
that you find a committee that is willing to put to beautify the table seasonally.
Okay. Bill's motion is that we have a committee that kind of helps spiff up that table after we get all the junk off of
Need
it.
a second, yeah.
Don't put that in the minutes. Do I have a second to Bill's motion?
I guess not.
I'll second.
The treasurer second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Do you want to discuss
Opposed?
Wants to say something.
Okay.
Our treasurer wants
Oh, I was
Our
agreeing.
treasurer is raising her arm. She wants to say something.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have.
You want
eyes.
discussion?
You know, when I was a school teacher, I had eyes in the back of my head, but something happened to them.
Discussion, yes.
Well, I wanted to second his motion. Also, we need to set a dollar amount. You know, we don't want to go sky high and use up the whole
Okay,
bucket of money at one time.
okay.
Isn't there a storage, David, where there's a bunch of flowers and different things you could choose from?
If you go to Dollar Tree, you can get some decorations for
Not that I
relatively
know of.
inexpensive.
Yes.
Where does Loretta get hers?
Those are her things, I think.
Yeah.
Up front,
Yeah,
in York Rite, no, Stacy buys all that.
Stacy buys that.
Yeah,
A lot of it.
and Loretta decorates.
Okay.
We're the biggest
Maybe I
store.
need to talk to Stacy. I will I will discuss it with Stacy, Director of Life Enrichment, since she's taking the tap for the York Rite thing, and see if she can include Scottish Rite with it.
Okay.
How's that?
All right, so the motion is passed. We're going to do something to make the table look good. Good.
Yeah, committee?
We'll have a,
Little committee, yeah.
let's go to Stacy first and see what she has to offer.
Yeah.
What she suggests, and then,
Find someone that's willing to help on that.
yeah. 'Cause she'll, whatever it is, she'll need help. And so we'll need a person or two. And the people at Christmas did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
Wonderful job. Okay, let's see. Well, I have everything that I have written down. Does anybody have anything else they want to bring up today?
I have stuff to discuss.
Yeah. You're next on my list.
I didn't want to be forgotten.
Oh, we could never forget you. Oh, I forgot he's, oh my.
Yes, how could we ever
I'll
forget?
have to curl my hair or something next month. Yes,
Is there some plan for where we park these things when we go out to the lower level parking lot while this construction is going on?
Where do you park them now?
In the little alcove next to where the elevator is gonna, next to the outside doors.
So outside or inside?
No, inside. There's a stairwell going up,
Mhm.
you don't wanna block that.
Okay. You could possibly put them in the clubhouse, maybe?
In the what?
Clubhouse?
Well, she's talking about when she parks it and then she goes to her car and leaves.
But she leaves it inside.
Well, she's not gonna wanna go into the clubhouse every time she has to get her walker.
If she uses that sidewalk and she parks near the
She's
clubhouse.
gonna have to go inside the clubhouse to get her walker every time.
Well, she'll have to come inside to get her walker inside out here.
She's coming into where she lives.
We don't have anything out there at the parking lot right now, no. Nothing undercover.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, inside the building, before we go out to the parking lot,
That
we leave
hallway.
these motorized, not
Mhm.
in that little alcove
Yeah.
where you took out the,
Well, we don't have a designated area right now for that kind of stuff.
and I don't want to park someplace where it's dangerous for somebody coming down the hall.
Right?
Can you put it in your car?
Huh?
Can you put it in your car?
No. Can't lift it.
Can't lift it?
Well, what's the matter with leaving them on the first floor?
Because they're gonna be doing
Well,
construction.
I think with Barbara's case, it's a pretty good walk to get from that side door to the parking lot that's gonna be required.
Yes.
That's what I'm figured on doing.
Yeah, well, it's not everybody can make that distance, that walk.
Dave, can you move a little bit somewhere?
Well, I don't know how the flag ended up right there. I had
Because
it
it's
over in the corner. I'm just gonna slide
It's
it.
supposed to be there.
Did you move it, Bill?
no, I moved it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carol and I moved it.
Well, this isn't the ideal meeting room, but we're doing our best.
Yes.
Yes.
So, I will bring that up with Tony. Okay? I mean, This is a process right now, okay?
Okay, anybody have anything else they want to bring up?
Just a question of when is the construction supposed to fit on the,
I'm getting to that.
thank you, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
He hasn't spoken yet.
All right, we'll turn it over to Dave now with all his little nuggets of information.
Yes.
All right, I don't need a microphone, Bev. I'm pretty loud.
I can hear you from my apartment.
Yeah, I know you can. You probably hear me talking on my phone all the time. I'll just go over the February happenings, just a few things that are coming up. Next Thursday, we have our Valentine's dinner. We had a sign-up sheet out there at the community center. There's over 125 people signed up on that thing. Then you add the 15 events committee people, it's going to be close to 150 people in that clubhouse. Okay? So I have to emphasize that this event is for residents only, not family, okay? Residents only. We can't have you, if you're a resident and you have a caregiver that comes with you all the time, they're not going to be able to have a seat, okay? Because my seating chart is going to be pretty tight, okay? So, I mean, they can help you get over there, but they cannot stay for the dinner. Yes?
For those of us not wanting to go to that, is there dinner at the regular time in the regular place?
At the community center, yes.
Okay.
The dining room will be open,
Okay.
but they'll have a light staff there probably, since 100 and some IL residents are going to be over there. Okay, on the menu, we do have lasagna. My sister's making the lasagna. There'll be plenty. We'll have salads. I'll be dipping chocolate covered strawberries. Everybody will get some strawberries. Each table will have a table number on it. I know I've gotten calls from people wanting to know how many people seat at that table, per table. There's 8. So I'm sure some people are going to be running in there putting a reserve card on certain tables or something. You really don't need to do that. But I have a feeling that may happen. We will be serving you, so when you get there, please get there before 5, okay? Because we're going to start serving drinks and salads right about 5 o'clock. So if you can get there a few minutes early, get your seat, get settled, and we will be serving you the food. There will be no buffet line or anything like that. You're going to come, sit, enjoy your dinner, and talk with your neighbors. Okay, so it's going to be a good crowd. It's going to be a good time. So, but that's next Thursday. Starts at 5 o'clock. There's really no dress code. BYOB, if you want some wine to go with your lasagna, you have to bring it yourself. We will have soft drinks and coffee. Okay. Next Friday, also the next day is Coffee Connection. So, more than likely that'll be Tony's last Coffee Connection. Okay, so I expect a good crowd. So, okay, and speaking of Tony, we are thinking we are going to have a little get together for Tony, for residents to say, wish him well. That'll be on the 18th of February. It'll be in the clubhouse. I don't have all the specific times as of right now of when that'll be, but it'll be in the afternoon, somewhere between 2 and 5, somewhere in there. But I'll get that word out. Just check out K4. And I'll probably have a 1 call out for it as well, okay? So that's next Friday's Coffee Connection. Now Stacy does have, there's a group coming, Lonnie and Sherry Band. They'll be here February 19th at 6 o'clock. That'll be in the auditorium, so another thing to do. It'll be in the auditorium. Boutique is open February 20th. It's a Thursday from 11 to 3. That's their day to be open. So come and support the ladies in the boutique. All that stuff in there is free. It's like shopping and you don't have to get your credit card out. Okay? I'm sure there's stuff you can find that's really nice. Then February 26th, we have music by Duke Dell. He'll be at 3 o'clock in the auditorium. Okay? Dr. Norman. I do have Dr. Norman on here, the podiatrist. So if you're not aware, some of you new people, there is a phone number on here. You'll call Dr. Norman's office. They're here like I think they have the requirements every 6 weeks, I think, or something like that. So every 6 weeks, Dr. Norman's here for the podiatry. He's located down right in the same hallway as the boutique. But if you call that, if you need an appointment, call. You're not going to get somebody. Ellen travels with the doctor, and they go to different places in the community. Just leave a message, and she will call you back. Okay. Next things that are going on my list here. Okay. Pet renewals. Anybody who has a pet, you should have gotten a pet renewal. That's an annual requirement per your lease agreement to fill out that pet renewal. There's a veterinarian part of it that you have to get filled out by your vet, and also the second page, which is the caregiver one, which is the one I'm more focused on, because if something happens to you, I am not taking your dog home or your cat or your bird. Robin will not allow it. So I need to know who's going to take care of your animal when you're not here. Okay. Next thing, AARP tax services. They will be here. It'll be at the end of March sometime. I do not have a date or time. I did put a sign-up sheet out at the community center. Sign your name if you're interested in having your taxes prepared by the AARP services, okay? This way I'll get a head count and they'll know how many, what's the word I'm looking, tax preparers to bring, okay? I know they've brought 5 to 6 at one time, okay? So we've got them coming. Please sign up on that sheet. As soon as I get that sheet, you know, enough people on there, I will be calling them and getting the date and time, okay? But that's what he's requiring from me right now, is to get an approximate number of residents that need their taxes prepared, okay? Let's see here. Got that. I was hoping there'd be a certain couple people in here that ride scooters, because I'm getting too many complaints that you guys are speeding down that tunnel. Okay? I'm going to name a name, Jack Riley. I hope you're going to see this later, because you're the name that keeps coming up. You got to slow down your scooters. Okay? I will have a talk with the residents that I'm hearing who's doing it, because it's dangerous. You guys aren't the fastest movers, and if he comes riding around that corner over there, he's going to hit one of you.
Sometimes that tunnel is completely empty.
I know. That doesn't give you the green light to speed. It's just like being on the highway. A state boy's sitting somewhere. He's going to get you.
Why don't you set a speed limit?
Okay, how about low? Set it to low.
And if you are speeding, be sure honkies go through, just so we can know you're behind us.
I know. But please watch your scooter speed, okay? I didn't single you out, Don, so.
Guilty conscience.
Well,
Guilty conscience?
I'm guilty of passing people in walkers who are just crawling along.
I know they are. They can't help it.
They think I'm speeding.
Yeah.
And I'm just cruising.
Just beep your horn and say on your left. On your left.
Act like that.
Just like at the jogging trails and bicycle trails. On your left. Okay? And then they'll get, you may have to yell on your left. Okay. You mentioned Polly going to be the Sunshine Committee. She's due back this weekend.
Friday.
Okay, so I do have roses coming for her, 100 roses. Stacy said something about getting a cake for us, so so that'll be on Monday, I would think. Okay. What else I got on here? Talk to you about Tony's reception. Carts. The construction. I've had rumors that I don't know where this started, but I had someone come to me and ask, are we going to have to be relocated? The ones that live at the end down there where the elevator is going to be built? And the answer is no, you're not going to be relocated. You're going to stay in your apartment. They're going to do all they can for safety reasons and block stuff off.
Just to play earphones too.
Well, it's only going to be during the day, so I mean, it'll be kind of cool to watch that elevator build. Okay. We still do not have a date of when this is going to start, you know, with redoing the both parking lots and that elevator. But I know we're getting close. We're getting very close, okay? because you already saw, that's what started all the rumors, all the furniture being moved down there. So Tony was going to try and come down and talk to you about it, but I think I pretty much covered it. We don't have a date yet, a set date when the construction's going to start, okay?
Dave,
Yes.
After the elevators end and the construction's all gone, will they be able to park down there?
Down on where the residents park?
On the lower level?
As far as I know, that's only going to be the parking garages, the set parking
Yes.
for residents.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll probably be parking over here if it's just your car.
What's going to happen all of that area where people are parking now?
That's where the parking garages are going to go.
We're going to have to put a parking garage out there?
It's not a parking garage. It's
Carport.
they're carports. That's the word I'm looking for. They're carports.
Okay, well, my kids asked me.
They're carports.
Okay.
Now, to be able to get a carport, it's probably going to cost. Okay? So you'll be reserving the carport. 16 of them. 16 carports.
No.
I don't know how many Scottish Rite residents still drive, but I'm guessing maybe 30. Right? Is there at least 30 cars in that lot down there? So, but there's going to be so much more parking added out here on the side.
Circle Drive,
Yes, that circle's going to be gone.
it's going to be parking.
Yeah, it's going to be gone. Okay. Just a waste of space, anyways. I did start a dart league again. I don't know if you saw. We got a dart board over there in the game room. We had a dart league here right before COVID.
Yeah, I was the champion.
Champion Bill. Tony and I played you guys, and we put you in your place, I do believe. So afterwards,
yeah, that's not fair.
But
okay.
if you want to enjoy,
it,
if you want to throw darts, and it'll be a 2-person team. So just sign your name up, and we'll team you up with somebody. We'll have a regular season where you and your partner will play 2 other people. You have all week to figure out when you're going to play your match. Okay, it's up to you guys.
Leon Herring must have.
Leon's going to head this up for me. He's going to help me with it. Then we'll have a little mini tournament after the regular season's over, and then we'll have I think the winner's got gift cards and a little trophy and that kind of stuff. So it's kind of fun to do. If you've never thrown darts, you don't have to be that great. Just hit the board. The thing that this dart board talks to you, and it'll tell you if you're a good or a bad dart thrower too. It's got voice to it, so it's pretty fun. So if you guys are looking for something to do, sign up on the Dart League, and we're going to get that going as soon as I get enough names on it. What else do I got on here? That's about it. I do have one other thing. I am doing a Super Bowl square bracket where it costs $10 a square. It's going to pay $200 for each the first, second, and third quarter, and then $400 for the final score of the game. So if anybody's interested in a square for the Super Bowl, it takes no knowledge. All you got to do is, I just need your $10. Put your name on a square. Once I get the squares all full, then we draw the numbers. Okay, so that's just random. It's something fun to do, and you can, when you're watching the Super Bowl, you're looking at your scores and hoping that they kick a field goal with 1 second to go before the end of the quarter, and that would give you the $200. Okay, so that's pretty much how that works. Okay.
Is there going to be a Super Bowl party?
Usually that's a resident-run thing, and they usually do it. I think they've done one before on the second floor. I think I know when the Bengals were in the Super Bowl, they did do one then. I've heard a little bit of talk about one, but I haven't heard of anything official. I think Sandy was thinking about just putting some flyers around, kind of everybody brings something, kind of like the New Year's thing that they did. You guys can just get together. Usually everybody's gone by halftime anyways. Okay? And from what the halftime show is going to be this year, I doubt any of you is going to be interested in it, because I won't be. I mean, I don't even know the person who's doing it. It's that kind of music that for the younger crowd. So, you know, anybody got any questions for me?
Dave,
You're not included yet.
I know.
Yes.
I just got something to say after you're done with
Okay.
the question.
All right. No questions? Mary, nothing?
Not a word.
Not a, that's a shocker. That's a shocker. All right, I guess I'm done.
Okay, well, I think we have solved all the problems of the world today.
Terry does want to say something.
All right, Miss Terry, do you need a microphone, dear?
No, my kids say I don't. About the newspapers.
We can't see you.
Front and center.
About the newspaper.
They still can't see you. Come over here.
Can see you.
Everybody knew Terry. Everybody knew.
About the newspapers. Everyone wants to read the paper. I get it. You know, it's a rag, but everybody still wants to read it. But I only have enough papers for individuals who have called or their family has called the newspaper itself and signed them up for the paper and have paid for it. I get no extras, you know, so we have a designated one that is for the York Rite lobby. I try to keep it at the lobby desk because if I don't, someone always steals the comics, the TV guide on Mondays,
Comics on Sundays.
and the crossword puzzles. Now, if you really want to work that crossword puzzle, bring it to me. I'll copy it on my copier and give you the copy of the crossword puzzle. Don't take that whole part of the paper.
And throw it away.
It's annoying. And, you know, like I said, we pay buku bucks for these newspapers that, like one for York Rite Lobby, there's one for the community center, there, you know, 2 for Pathways, and, you know, so on and so forth. I don't have enough to just sit out in the library and, you know, people hang out and read the newspaper that's there. I don't have enough newspapers for that. Now, what we could do is to take the responsibility away from the person who's working the desk is to put it in the library, and then if someone steals that page you want to read, too bad.
Go sad.
You know, I don't know what to do about the newspapers, and invariably every day someone comes and says, do you have an extra newspaper? Wow, I wish I did.
Well, to piggyback on Terry, a couple years ago, corporate office came to me because we were spending over $34,000 a year in newspapers. Okay? So Terry and I had to go and find out who all was paying for their own paper and where the rest of the papers were headed. So we had to knock that down. So we're paying just over $900 a month on newspapers now. So we've got that under $12,000 a year. It's a lot better than that $34,000 that we were being charged by the Springfield Sun News.
So if you subscribe individually and they put in your paper box, that's okay.
That's you.
Yes.
You've paid for your paper.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't the newspaper put a box in? If you want a newspaper, you put a box in?
I don't know, they still make those?
You
Would they do
know,
consignment?
I have not seen those in a long time. There used to be one over in Burnett Plaza.
They don't do that anymore, do
They took
they?
that out.
People would steal them.
Yeah, they'd put their money in for one paper
And take a,
and take a whole handful. Yeah.
Hey, my brothers were Journal Herald paper route boys back in the 60s and 70s. They were the thieves too.
And that's all I have to say about the newspapers, but I hope you guys understand, it's not that I don't want you to read the paper. I do. It's just, I don't have a newspaper to hand out to everybody. You know? And the best I can say is watch Channel 7 or Channel 2 News. You get everything on there anyhow.
Yeah, Barbara?
For anybody that uses a computer or an iPhone, it's only $10 a month to subscribe and get a daily paper on it from News and Sun.
Okay.
Thank you, Terry.
You're welcome.
All right, this is your last chance. Anybody have anything to say?
Nope.
Okay, then we're going to adjourn. And I have something that I want to start. Nobody's a librarian here. Because that probably was not the way to open that book. This is something instead of having a benediction, I would like to do every month. And this comes from somebody who was in a rehab. And this is their book. But anyway, at the end of it is the Serenity Prayer. So let's stand and I will say the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. See you all next month.